Yo, what's going on YouTube? D-Man back here with no banger. Today, we are back here with another 2K build. Yes, it has been about 2 weeks since my last upload. I'm not gonna lie, I've been slacking. I've been feeling a little lazy, been working a lot, just haven't had time. But we are here with another 2K video. My last two 2K videos that I've uploaded have taken off, so I'm going to continue upload, and I'm going to eventually put gameplay out there for these builds, or just gameplay in general on 2K. I'm going to start coming back with some Call of Duty videos. So yes, thanks for tuning in if you are watching, and let's get right into this build. You know, like I said before, I recently started making my builds left-handed because it looks smoother and it releases smoother, I feel, and it's easier to time than with your right hand. For some reason, I don't know why that plays a factor, but it does. So first off, we're gonna go 6'8" with this build. We're gonna go max weight with this build, and then we're gonna go max wingspan. Now this build that I'm making, it is called a Scrappy Point. This is a point guard that I play with like all the time. It's a overpowered build. The build is just, it's nice. It's something that you can go and do everything with. You can dribble, you can shoot, you can dunk, you can get contact dunks, you can, you know, speed boost. So you can definitely rebound the ball. Like I'm out here snagging the ball with the 85 offensive rebound, you'll see. But you snag with it, and it's so overly powered that the build is just so unfair. So let's get right into it. So basically everything is just leveled out. That's how I made the build. Everything is just basically leveled out. Now I did take a picture because it's just a whole bunch of random numbers, so I might be checking my phone here like every once in a while, because I did forget. And I know like a couple other videos I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not like one of these ones that is, you know, I just go off the dome, which I do go off the dome because this is the build I made myself, and the build that because I like to make my own builds. I don't go off of other YouTubers builds or nothing like that. So I just go off of what I do, go off of what I think is a good build, or what I know is a good build. But I'm just gonna keep checking this. I'm not gonna keep checking it. I might, like I said, oh my gosh, I'm sitting there rambling, but I'm gonna check it to make sure I got the right build, because it is a overpowered build, and there's a whole bunch of 70s. So I mean, when you have a whole bunch of 70s, you may forget what you got down there. So you know, or not down there. Well, I don't know why I'm rambling so much, but you might forget what you have, because I do have a lot of 70s. Everything's like 70 bound, which it looks like, oh, he has everything 70, and the build's gonna be trash because it's all 70. Like, no, bro. You have to. It's either you make the build or you don't make the build. If you think the build is trash, then just don't make the build. If you think the build is good, then make the build. You know, don't sit there and shame others for how they make their builds, because, you know, I make the build how I want to make the build, and if you like it, make it. If you don't like it, then move along, you know. Right here we got an 85, and that's what I'm saying. We got an 85 offensive rebound, so our rebounding is just over the moon. Like I'll verse centers. Like there's pure 7-foot centers that, you know, I play with. Like we have a whole group. Like I have a group and everything, and we'll play. And there's 7-foot centers in there, and I'll be snagging over them, and they got like a 90 and 80 plus or 85 plus. And I'll be even snag over them for defensive rebounds too. Like the build just has so much capability of doing things. It's unbelievable. Now I'm gonna go over everything, just so you know you have it. All right, just so I know you have it. Jeez. All right, boom. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh, that's what I did. My steel's a 72. There we go. It's like, what? I know I need to take a picture of it, because I want you to have the same exact build as I do, because this build is, it's overpowered. Like it's like, oh, 70 70 70 80 70, like this build's not going to be able to do anything. But no, realistically, this build is one of the best builds, if not the best build I've ever made. Like over my centers, over my demigod centers, over my obviously point guard centers. Like, bro, this build can do it all. It can rebound, it can block. Like I've gotten snatch blocks upon snatch blocks, which I have a ton of clips. Like every time I play Xbox, I just sit there and I would sit there and clip. So I have a ton of clips, so I'd have to go through all my clips if I need to, like, you know, get clips of me snatch blocking. But I've snatch blocked with only a 78, I rebound. I've gotten a hell of a lot of contact dunks. I've broken ankles. Yeah, no, this build, you can dribble. You get insane dribbling packages, everything. So this build is just an overall demigod. So just trust. You gotta trust the process. If you know how to play 2K, you know how to dribble, you know how to drive a dunk, you know when to go up on perfect timings. Oh yeah, not even to forget, dude, the layups are insane. Like I'll sit there and I'll make contact layups and I only got a 70. Like this shit's insane. Like it's overpowered. And because you're literally balanced, you have 70 everything, so you can literally do a little bit of everything. The only thing I haven't been able to do yet is probably post hook or like hook shots or anything like that, because that's like the last thing I got. The last thing I've done on my build is my close shot and my steal, and because I only got the build to a 96 right now. So but at a 96, the build's overpowered. I get contact dunks, I can shoot the 3, and if I have to, I can drop my jump shot as well. I can put my jump shot, make a video on jump shot, just because, you know, you're so limited to your jump shots and what you can use. But basically you get everything. You get all silver badges, and some you get gold, some you get Hall of Fame. Like, you know, it's a overall spread out build. Like you get that box out beast. That's what I'm saying. If you box out anybody with a 70 defense rebound, you're gonna snag it. Like I can box them out and snag it with the 75, even if they got a 90. Because that box out beast, you got that gold, you got your rebound chaser silver, you got pogo stick. Like the build can just do everything. Just trust when I say this build can do everything. It can do everything as long as you know how to play and not overthink things or force yourself to do things like layups, force dunks, all that. You'll be fine. Like if you know how to just generally play, you'll do just fine. So I'm gonna go over recap. I know I've been rambling a lot. We're already like how many minutes? We're 7 minutes into this video, so I mean it's not that far, but I'm just rambling. So okay, so we got a 71 close shot, a 70 driving layup, an 80 driving dunk. Now earlier I did say you can get contacts. Yes, you can get contacts because I've bodied and put people to the floor. Once you get takeover or Mamba mentality, if you got it, you activate your Mamba mentality. You activate a takeover, your finishing takeover. You get like a +5 or +6 or whatever it is to your attributes for driving, and you can body people as long as you know how to time your dunks, your contact dunks. You can body. Like I've jumped over people, got contact dunks. I put people to the floor. Like I've bodied people in the standing dunk. For only having a 75, I've got not contacts, but I've gotten where I just straight up dunked on without like no contact, but they were standing right there and I just stand up right on top of them. Pause. So like yeah, this build is it's overpowered. If I need to get some gameplay on this build so y'all know what I'm talking about. Now got an 80 driving dunk, 75 standing dunk, got an 83 post control, got a 76 mid-range, and you can fade on this build. You can fade, you can post fade, all that. Trust. You got a 76 3 ball, got a 77 mid-range, a 75 pass accuracy, an 80 ball handle, and a 75 steal ball. Now your pass accuracy, I mean, like I said, you can do it all. You can throw alleys, you can throw alleys to yourself, you can dribble, break ankles, all that. I mean, you got playmaking, you got shooting, you got finishing, you got defense. Like the build is overall overpowered. I'm gonna say that like 5 more times guaranteed in this video. For your interior defense, you got a 74. For your perimeter, you got a 74. For your steal, you got a 72. For your block, you got a 7. For your offensive rebound, you got an 85. And for your defensive rebound, you got a 70. And the only reason I have my stuff lower, like I have a higher offensive than I do defensive rebound, because defensive takes more points than offensive, and I wanted to get that silver or that gold box out plus my rebound chaser up to a silver. And then on top of that, I got a 78 block. So like your 78 block is part of your defense, not your offense. So you're not gonna have to worry about blocking people on offense. Obviously you're gonna be blocking people on defense. So, you know, as long as you time your blocks or have your hands up, you keep in mind you got a 7'6" wingspan. You put your hands up, there's a lot of contests there, a lot of contests for defense. And I'm only 6'8", but I've stopped big men that are like 7'8" from standing dunk, getting contact dunks on me and all that, just from putting my hands up alone. Because, you know, I do got an 84 strength. As you can see, 84 strength is enough to stop, especially if the big man only has a 70 strength or a 75, because there's a lot of people that only make 75 strength builds, like centers and stuff. As long as you got more strength than most, you'll be fine. Like there's some centers, like obviously there's some centers you can stop and there's some centers you can't stop. but for the most part, you can stop most centers as long as they don't have more strength than you, or they're not like huge. I mean, even if they are big, like, I mean, your burliness or whatever doesn't really matter, because that doesn't really play a factor. It just makes you bigger. But as long as they basically, as long as they don't have a lot of post control. I mean, even they have a lot of post control. Geez, I don't know why I'm rambling, because I've versed centers that have a 90 post control and 90 strength, and I've still stopped them from babying me, because you know, as long as you know how to play defense, you're fine. Like, most people who are like, oh, that build sucks, people who say builds suck, are people that don't know how to play 2K. Like, if you actually genuinely know how to play 2K, you'll be fine. All right, so then for attribute, or for not attributes, whatever they're called, for our last view, we got speed. So our speed's an 80, we got a 70 acceleration, we got an 84 strength, a 75 vertical, and a 95 stamina. So you do get, like, you know, all these badges, handles for days. You can literally sit there and dribble and snatch ankles and still go in for a contact, or you can still dribble and shoot a 3, you know, like I said. But you gotta keep in mind, like I said, if you know how to play 2K generally, and you know how to, you know, dribble, you know how to shoot, you know how to drive dunk, you know when to take things up, you know when to pass out, this build is generally just good, like, if you know how to play 2K. So with that, this is the build, this is our comparisons. Like I said, it's a scrappy point. This build, I mean, I've had people look at my build like, what's the scrappy point? And then they go and look at my scrappy point, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna make that build. That build's overpowered, because I'll be sitting there just dogging people, taking ankles, dunking on people, shooting, dribbling, like playing defense, getting blocks, getting rebounds. Like, I'll rebound over 3-4 people who have, like, they're like sometimes there's people that they'll have, oh my gosh, I am stuttering so bad. There will be 2 people in paint trying to get the board, and I end up with the board because I have a lot of offense, I have a lot of defense, your wingspan does play a factor. So if you got a long wingspan, you know, like I have a 7'6" wingspan, I'm gonna snag that every time, even with only a 70 defensive. Like, so like people will be mad because I'll be snagging over them. They're like, I can't get a freaking board, and there'd be 2 of them down there. I'm just like, yep, well, I found the poison. I mean, come on, man. This build is just overpowered. It's a scrap point. So you got Magic Johnson, Jalen Suggs, and Lonzo Ball. So you got a good shade of people. So yeah, that's the build. I hope y'all enjoyed the build. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Go check out all my other bangers. Go check out all my other videos, my other builds. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the build. Let me know what you think about it. Please do not leave nasty comments if you don't like the build. If you don't like the build, just simply move on and enjoy your day, and, you know, whatever. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.